Greetings, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Homebrew with Big CQ on this hallowed Homebrew Wednesday, 17 to thee. Well, today, my wife is away on business with the company that she works for. Well, we both work for the same company. So she's away tonight for a few nights, which means that, you guessed it, I get to drink beer and eat pizza. Woo! Well, for tonight at least. I'm not going to go daft, but hey, you've got to treat yourself, don't you? So, I've been to supermarket and bought some beer, just because I want to try some different beers. So let's have a look at this first one that I've got. Now, I've tried this before, but I had a cold when I bought it, so I couldn't really smell or taste much of it, to be honest. It was probably pretty pointless me buying it. There we go. Sierra Nevada. That one, I remember it being, you know, from what I could taste and smell of it before, I remember it being pretty good. So let's give this a bash. It's got some lovely hoppy aromas to it. Wonder if it says to say what kind of hops I've got in it. No, I can't see. Doesn't seem to say. Anyway, here we go. There we are. One Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. It's got a nice, you can definitely smell the hops. As Craig from CraigTube says, I'm not, as he isn't, a big describer of beers, as he admits himself. I'm not a big describer of beers. In fact, my sense of smell is pretty rubbish, to be honest. That's why I like beers with big hop aromas. Oh. You'd be surprised how often that happens. I usually edit it out, but you know what? Leave it in this time. Maybe it'll stop me from doing it in future. Let's try it. Let's try this bad boy and stop snorting it. Put it in my mouth. That's good. It's got quite a, I suppose, I always compare hoppy beers to Brewdog stuff, which is ridiculous because their beers are just uber hoppy. For anyone who's never had a Brewdog beer, or a Punk IPA is one of my favourite beers because it's so hoppy, it's unbelievable. I'd say this beer, as far as aroma's concerned, has about not even a quarter of the aroma of hops that Punk IPA has. And as far as flavour is concerned, probably about a third as hoppy, or a third as much flavour. Not that this isn't a good beer though, it's nice. Yeah, definitely. I would buy that again. I've had the Torpedo that these guys do as well. That was nice, but I'm going to have to get another one because I had the cold as well when I bought that. I was wasting my money, essentially, trying all these beers. So let's have a look at the other beers I shall be sampling this evening, although regrettably you probably won't see me sample. You never know, I might decide to edit, you know, those bits in. So, hey, at this point we don't know. Fingers crossed. Have a look at the little red bar along the bottom of the video. Depending on how long that is, it'll tell you whether you got to see the other beers or not. Welcome to Big CQ's Fridge of Doom. Well, I've got the home brews in here. You see here? Got a Porno Dode IPA. That's the 3.6% one I did. Raisin beer, Cooter and Skeeter's favourite. Pirate's Booty, that was the extract brew that I did, 5.9%. Now, I've heard a lot about this beer. I've seen it on jimsbeerkit.co.uk forum, people talking about it, but I've never tried it. But I'll probably be trying it later. And here it is, Landlord. So it's Timothy Taylor's Landlord Strong Pale Ale. I don't really know how strong it is, to be honest. 4.1 is strong, apparently, according to Tim. 4.1. Okay, well, I'm going to be trying that later on. It's meant to be really good. Landlord, classic pale ale brewed in the traditional way from Knoll spring water using only the finest Golden Promise malted barley and the best possible hop leaves. It's won many awards both at Brewers Exhibitions and the Great British Beer Festivals. Well, there we go. Give that a bash. Also, we've got this one. Goose Island India Pale Ale. Never tried it, but I've heard it's good. I think. I mean, I've definitely heard of the beer, so I've got high expectations for this one. Hopefully, that'll be pretty decent. Got a beer from the Inverarmond Brewery that I'll be visiting. It's booked in for 3rd of November. Going to be speaking to Ken Duncan, the head brewer. He's coming in specially on a Saturday just for me and you, obviously. Yeah, it's not just about me; it's about you guys. So he's coming in for us, the SeQ.com crew, and this is one of their beers. It's called Ossian, and it's a golden ale. I thought I'd get one of those in, just in honour of the brewery that I'm going to go and visit. Okay, so next up we've got Innocent Gun Original. Now, this is, I think it's a Scottish beer, product of Scotland. I'm not sure which brewery does this. It's probably some conglomerate that owns the brand these days, I don't know. Anyway, this is an oak aged beer, and the reason I bought this is because I've got a spare pack of French oak chips, and I've considered putting oak chips into a beer before. I've done wines with it before, it's turned out okay, or turned out, really good, without any problems, that's what I mean. But I've never done a beer, so I don't know how that would turn out. I'm going to give this a try, and we'll see if I want to brew up a beer with some of those French oak chips. And finally, here it is, a beer that I was speaking to Kevin from Clement's Home Brew about just recently, because Kevin messaged me asking if they could use some of my footage from the European Superlager video. Not a problem at all. Glad to have the exposure, thank you very much. I'm glad that everyone likes the channel and likes that video as well. And I mentioned this to Kevin, it's Freoch, it's called, as we say in Celtic countries. Freoch. Why, it's Freoch. Freoch is Gaelic for heather. Heather ale has been brewed in Scotland for 4,000 years and is the oldest style of ale still made in the world. The Picts, who ruled Scotland until the 9th century, were known to brew the legendary Heather Ale. These were the people of the designs, were the creators of the artistic style of our label. There's Pictish stuff on there. Still produced to a 16th century Scots Gaelic recipe for malted barley, sweet gale and heather flowers. No hops in this bad boy at all. No hops. 2000 years, 2000 BC this has been getting brewed since. So this is one old ale dude, yeah. That's brewed by Williams, don't know if you can see that, Williams Brothers Brewery, they're in Alloa, which is a brewery not very far from me. Well, I say not very far, probably about an hour. Well, I'm just taking the pizza out of the oven. Have a look at this. Oh, can you see that? Can you see that? There's the New Yorker pizza. Oh yeah. Nice. Right guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Enjoy the fruits of your labours. Brew beer. Well, looks like I decided to extend this video after all. So well done if you worked that out, or if you just decided to hang around and see whether I did that anyway. Oh, you can hear the dog there. Having a drink of water. So, I haven't drunk it on camera, but I've now drunk the Landlord's Timothy Taylor Landlord's Bitter from Keighley in Yorkshire. Yeah, so I drank that. I mean, it was okay. It was alright, you know. I'm not sure I would, for me personally, say it's championship stuff. But yeah, that was good. Enjoyed that. A lot of malt. I suppose it's a typical English. They've called it pale ale. I suppose bitter is a style of pale ale. Not a lot of hop profile to it, but there was some nice bittering and a good malt flavour to it as well. So, just before I retire for the evening, I'm going to nip upstairs and play some computer games, etc. As I have the freedom to do so since the wife's away. I thought I'd open up the Freyach Heather Ale. And of course, no hops in this at all. It's got Heather from the Glens of Scotland, and Sweet Gale, and I think it's also called Bog Myrtle. Just a second, I need to let the dog out. Boom, she's out. She'll be out trying to get into next door's garden or something probably. Right, okay, Freyach Heather Ale, brewed since 2000 BC. Lovely and malty smell to it. Right, I'm using one of my Brewdog glasses, so you're not going to see all the way down, but you'll see it at the top here. Well, a gentle pour. There's not a huge amount of head on it. That's fine. So look right there, you can see the clarity through the Brewdog logo. Cool. Right, so here we are with the Freyach Heather Ale, brewed in Scotland by Williams Brothers. Let's give it a try. It's got a kind of a lot of malt to it, malty flavour to it. Yeah, it's nice. It's strange. Pardon me. If you were drinking this and you hadn't really read the bottle or anything, you maybe wouldn't consider that it even didn't have any hops in it, because it obviously has bittering to it. Either the Heather or the Sweet Gale manages that. It's like it manages to bitter it, but it doesn't stop the malt profile coming through. I mean, obviously there's no hop profile to be found because there's no hops in it, but yeah, it's like it's got the bittering, but the bittering of hops, we'll say, but not any smell or taste of hops. Nice, I like it. It's good. And the Picts back in 2000 BC would have had their war paint on with the blue, you know, the blue woad paint, etc. If you've seen Braveheart, that's what they used to do with the blue paint, etc. I'm gonna come and kill you and chop your head off, and then drink some of this here Heather Ale. It's lovely. Yeah, thank you. Right, laters. Right, this is just a really quick addendum. Bloody hell, this would be like a bit of a jigsaw of a video, wouldn't it? But I've tried this Goose Island stuff. Bloody hell, this is good. This is good beer. This is on a par with Brewdog Punk IPA, for me at least. It's obviously different hops that they've used. I don't know exactly which ones, but
the hop aroma from that is delicious. It's the same just smack in the face that you get from the Punk IPA. Oh, it's really good, and the flavour is excellent. That is a big hop flavour. If you haven't tried this, I got this in Tesco. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but probably like no more than £2. So go and try it. Nice.